Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV, and I've just watched Manchester City 2, West Ham 1 in a snowy Etihad Stadium in Manchester. Gutted, but not disheartened is the word I'm going to use for tonight. I must admit, I thought we played okay in spells, but there's a very, very good team, and they know how to win games ugly. And yeah, it was just one of them games, really. It was a game that we sort of can just move on. We had a go, and it just didn't work out for us on the day, I'm afraid. But yeah, first half we come out the traps. Benram had a good chance from Antonio. Ball's just played in behind him, but just wasn't to be. Then Benrahma had a shot on the 22nd minute, straight at Edison again. The City were playing decent, I must admit, and they was having shots, but it was just narrowly missing. And yeah, like they was being resorted to sort of long shots in the first half, I must admit. But obviously, the goal is a mistake from Ezewaku, and it's a poor mistake. He leaves Cresswell massively exposed, and we end up 1-0 down. And I thought we played well in the first half, considering like the weather conditions and the weather started to change and the way the pitch was. The last sort of 8 minutes of that game, we was massively under pressure, and we managed to try and see it out to half time, only being 1-0 down. But I've got to admit, I thought the boys put in a good effort in the first half. Antonio was playing pretty decent in the first half. And then, obviously, as I say, the goal it just wasn't good, right? So we went into half time 1-0 down, and obviously we come out second half, and Antonio gets into a key position in front of the of the back line. He plays a poor pass into I can't remember who it was, but it was a player he played it into, and we got a chance on goal. Obviously, we made some subs in the second half. Benrahma got subbed. Lanzini come on, and Cresswell, who collided with the post, got subbed, and Kufal come on. I start off with Benrahma. I thought Benrahma played okay in the first half. Second half, yet again, I started to drift away. Obviously, I've got sort of like Antonio and Kufal going for the same ball in a dangerous position. I've got my notes written down here. And yeah, it was just frustrating in the second half. Like Man City didn't bombard us, but we didn't do anything to sort of like push them back. Obviously, as the second half grew on, I thought Ben Johnson played very, very well for 70 minutes of the game. And in the last 20, he just made so many mistakes, like miscontrolling the ball, clearance is not good. And then Antonio's taking a long throw in on the 78th minute to try and get us back in the game. He's got to stop that, right? All these long throws and everything. But this is a quick afterthought of my thoughts after the game, and I've got to admit, it's a game that I'm going to look back and go, did we deserve to get anything out of the game? We hung in there. We played okay in spells, but in the grand scheme of things, City were a better team. And the 2-1 scoreline, maybe like if we would have been a bit more forward thinking after they went 2-0 up, we might have got something out of the game. But no, listen, good teams know how to win games when they're playing bad. And yet again, we get narrowly beaten up in City, and yeah, it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. Obviously, when you look at it, did we really justify a draw? I thought we hung in there well. I thought Dawson played well. I thought Zuma played okay in spells. I think the team played well as a whole, but it's just Manchester City really had two chances all day, and like two big chances, and they made them count. So yeah, gutted with the defeat. The performance was good. I thought we tried and we hung in there and at game management, but I just think we run out of steam towards the end. I've got to give a shout out to Lanzini, another cracking goal. Bit disappointed in Bowen coming on. When Bowen come on, he comes on, he's ineffective. I'm thinking like run at people like Laporte, who's been booked. Diaz should have been booked also. I don't know how he wasn't booked in that game. Both centre halves should have been booked. Obviously, only one of them was. So yeah, and I'm just going to wrap it up with this. We move on now to Wednesday. We have Brighton, who we've never beaten in the Premier League at home. We've got to get back to winning ways. It's back-to-back defeats now. We've got to get something against Brighton, and then we've got Chelsea on the Saturday. What will this tell us about today? We've lost Cresswell. Obviously, let's hope it ain't a big injury. I hope it's just a precaution. Benny come off with an ankle problem, but he was sort of running out of steam towards the end. Arthur, he come in, and do you know what? It's going to be the criticism is going to be on Arthur today because of the first goal. But I thought he was all right. Like, he was okay. He was doing his job well, and one mistake just kills it, stone dead. So yeah, it's one of them games where Man City away won't justify our season, but I've got to admit I'm gutted to lose, but I'm not disheartened by the way we played. I thought we played okay, and I must admit we hung in there, we tried, we done everything we could to sort of get the job done, and yeah, it's just one of them things really. But we move on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. That's just been a quick afterthought from me. I will be back later on this evening to do a player ratings. Unsure of the time, so check that out when it goes up. It will be late evening though, so yeah, check that out. I'll be doing a player ratings. And yeah, final thought from me: gutted but not disheartened. Manchester City away is always a tough place to go and get anything at the best of times. I must admit, today we hung in there, but they just got it done in the end. Do you know what I mean? And it is what it is, basically. But we move on. Big game Wednesday against Brighton. We've got to get something out of that game. There's no two ways about it. We have to perform in that game. And let's hope the injuries ain't as bad as first feared. So, yeah. So I'll be back soon. Check it out. I'm going to let you go. Final score, Manchester City 2, West Ham 1. And it is what it is, I'm afraid, sadly. But we move on. Take care, everyone. Bye for now, and all the best.